Today marks 60 years since Guinness World Records published its first book. It shows off the accomplishments of the world's highest achievers and the wackiest. Consider the world's longest fingernails or the world's biggest motorcycle. Debora Patta is at a pub in London with the impact of the book. Debora, good morning.
Good morning. Well, this book has prevented many a pub argument from turning into a barroom brawl. What began as a bit of harmless publicity for Guinness breweries has become one of the best-selling books of all time. Published every year, it's an assortment of jaw-dropping achievements to absurd feats.
And Bannister has done it.
When Roger Bannister became the first man to run a mile in under 4 minutes,
The mile in 3 minutes, 59.4 seconds.
Guinness was there to record it. But it was also there to document the world's finest jumping on a loaded spring and blowing out fireballs. You'll find the tallest and shortest men, even the oldest practicing gymnast who at 86 is still doing backflips. Guinness World Records believes it is the final word on, well, everything.
I can tell you 100% with accuracy that the tallest man is 8'3".
Craig Glenday, the book's editor, has travelled the world recording it all, the sublime and the ridiculous.
Good girl!
We celebrate them all equally. So whether you're Usain Bolt who can run 100 metres in 9.58, or you're the guy from Germany who can run it in clogs in 16 seconds, or on all fours, or backwards, it's that rich variety, and we treat them all the same.
What do you think it is about humans that we want to break records?
Humans just, I think it's an inherent part of being human, that you have to push yourself, that you don't really need to climb that mountain, you don't really need to sail that ocean, but people do because it's a challenge, because it's there.
Jan Meek rose to that challenge. She became the first woman to row an ocean with her son.
My son was going to row the Atlantic with his best friend, who had to drop out, and he phoned me one day and said, "Hey Mum, how would you like to spend Christmas in Barbados?" And I said, "Wow, that's brilliant. There's just one snag. We're going to have to row."
She was 53 when they rowed for 101 days. 10 years later, she walked to the North Pole and is now planning a trip to the South Pole when she turns 73. Over the years, Guinness World Records has broadened its focus from conquering the track or dominating the airwaves to the longest fingernails and the world's largest Zumba class. And away from just human achievement. But if you're the best at it, and Craig Glenday is there to observe it, you get more than just the bragging rights.
It's in the Guinness Book of Record. So, yes, you did. You can prove it. It's a proof. It's a medal. It's an Oscar.
The internet age, of course, begs the question whether an actual book of Guinness World Records is necessary. But there's an online version as well, and with free Wi-Fi at this pub, well, there shouldn't be any barroom brawls for at least another 60 years. Nora?
All right, Debora Patta. I love the Guinness Book of World Records.
I spent so many hours with that book as a kid.
Now it's different, though. You know, it's a nice big picture book with its, you know, it's much larger than
I was always fascinated with the guy with the world's longest mustache.
Yeah, absolutely.
Freaked me out.
Thank you, Debora.